Yo, what's up? Your boy London Dunn here, man. Back here with AYEDEE. We got a guest on the show.
Hey.
You know, Cloud Talk Chronicles. We got over here.
We got man in the building, you know,
okay.
aka Buddy Love.
Buddy Love. We loving them hoes.
Boy, you got your boy Lito on this motherfucker again. What's happening, bro?
Yo, so we back in here again. We sent the link out, so I want everybody to comment, like, share, subscribe. Leave comments. Whoever you agree with. If you agree with what makes sense, me. If you agree with don't make sense.
Well,
no. And I know man's kind of in between.
Yeah,
you gotta understand.
Man's the, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at both sides of things.
It's only one side, sucker.
But not
you know
what I'm saying?
Sound like you straddling the fence over there.
No. You know what I'm saying?
Can't claim a side.
There's a black, white, and a gray area, and people act like the gray area doesn't exist because you only believe in black and white. There's still a gray area.
Let's go.
You may not believe. Oh yeah, I believe in God. I don't believe in God, but there are people that just believe in a higher spirit. That's the gray area.
So last episode,
I believe in God though.
So talk to the mic. So
this is close to you.
Talk to the mic.
When our last episode was to my gun control, you know, I know how I felt. How Doe felt. Doe wants more guns on the streets. I'm trying to get them off the streets, you know. I don't know what makes sense, what don't make sense.
Because this is why I say that. Because if you're trying to get guns off the street, that means you can't just pick and choose where you're getting guns off the street at. So my whole thing is like this. I feel like if they can't be like, oh, we're going to take all the black people guns, or we're going to take all the white people guns, or we're going to take all the inner city guns. You're going to have to take all the guns. And my whole thing is like this. I feel like there are people out here that do need guns for reasons, for hunting, protection. It doesn't matter what reason you may need it. But you can't say, I believe, trying to get them off the street. That means you go to every inner city and take guns up. That means technically we live in a metropolitan inner city. They'll come take your gun.
So what?
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I agree with both of y'all, but I also feel like it's not the gun, it's the person. It's the emotional intelligence. It don't matter what you know, even if you know how to operate a gun. If you in the heat of the moment, you can be smart as hell with the gun, but in that moment you mad, so you finna shoot somebody. Yeah. So if you don't have emotional intelligence, whether you got a gun or not.
But at that point, that's why I say that's why I really go back to knowledge. It comes down to emotional intelligence. When you go through gun training, because I've been through gun training. You go to gun training, they teach you emotional intelligence with a weapon. They teach you that this is not just something that you just use to kill people with. And that's what a lot of people believe in their mind guns are for. I bought this gun so if a nigga buck, I can kill him. You got people that's walking around thinking like that. Yeah, of course, it's going to be a lot of murders out there.
So
but if you go get a gun, if you go get a gun, every time you get a gun, you got to get a hunting license. Then that point, it puts a different mindset in your mind about what this gun is for.
So let's do this. Let's give a real life scenario. So Nardo likes to give them out. Just recently, like you said, you have a lot of knowledge of guns, Nardo. Correct. Right. You have a lot of knowledge of guns. You know how to take guns apart. You did the class, train all that, right?
Yeah.
But a few weeks back, you was very upset over something that happened, and you called me on the phone to go do something with whatever you was gonna know. I don't know, but you know the whole. But you was like you said, emotionally, you was upset. So in the moment, yes, you knew how to use the gun. You know it's not for that. You knew like, this dude. Yeah. But in the heat of the moment, you still was willing to still go to that limit or go that far. No matter how much you knew about that gun, how much knowledge, how dangerous it was, what it could do, because you knew, and you still was gonna go do it. Still.
But as you all can see, I'm sitting here free. So what happened?
Do you want me to tell what happened?
What happened? I couldn't find the clip.
I couldn't find the clip. That's what happened. So we found the clip.
You sound like God saved you.
Listen. I'm not by no means am I playing that I'm perfect. Like I'm just this perfect person that just knows all about guns and can tell you everything. But what I'm trying to explain to y'all is, in every other situation in life, it is fixed with knowledge. At the end of the day, if you right now, like I was talking about earlier, London, before AYEDEE got here, driving a car. If you literally get caught speeding, if you wreck a car, how do they solve this problem? They don't just take your car from you. They send you to go education about this car, teach you how to use it properly. If you don't know work in school, they don't say, oh, you're stupid and say, fuck you. No, they teach you education about this.
But there's a difference between gun control and people dying and people's lives.
More people die in car accidents and reckless driving.
We're not talking about cars. That's
the point I'm trying to make.
The thing about it though is as far as being mad, you can't just if you're mad just automatically turn to a gun to be like, hey, I'm gonna
But that's what people do, though.
Yeah, they do, exactly.
Of course.
That's kind of why people tote guns, because in certain situations, if they do get mad, they want to be able to handle the situation in however they see fit. Even though,
But y'all are trying to group everybody into the same
not grouping
scenario.
everybody.
Hold on. You're grouping.
If you got mad like you did, and that gun was not there, it wouldn't even been an option for you to do that.
You're right.
Like that gun's in play, now it's an option.
But you're right. The gun wouldn't have been there, but then the knife would have been there.
Oh, please. You gonna stab somebody.
And time out.
You
And
gonna
pause.
stab somebody.
For those of you, and for those of you, hold on, pause. And for those of you who have never seen me stand up, I'm 6'3", 270, 280. I'm well enough to beat somebody with my hands. So my whole thing is just like this. So now, too many people are killing people with their hands. Take everybody's hands. What?
No, that ain't happen.
Putting laws on things won't eliminate the problem. Just like I said last night, there have been laws on drugs since drugs have existed that still does not stop people from overdosing on drugs.
Guess what?
There have been heroin and crack and meth have been illegal since the day they've been invented. But they literally, right now, I guarantee we can walk out this house and I can find heroin in less than an hour. What are you talking about? And purchasing.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can't just. There have to be laws. You can't just walk in the bank and take the money. So yeah, there has to be consequences on things, bro. But I understand that.
But putting laws on it and taking it away does not stop the problem.
But guess what?
both of y'all got a point. The thing is, you need knowledge, but the laws, even though it don't stop people, but it may still decrease the numbers of.
It does.
100%. It definitely will.
Taking it away.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is, we've already been introduced to this. There's no way to stop it.
It is.
For one, there's not enough manpower in this country to go collect everybody's guns.
I don't think you need to collect the guns, because I don't really think the gun is the problem.
It's people.
It's people, but I think if people normalize love, people are operating off hate.
Yeah.
So that's why all the violence is going on. It ain't got nothing to do with the gun. It's hate. It's the energy that people carrying that make them pick the gun up to even do.
100%.
Because I feel like you shouldn't even want to have a gun if you live in a certain lifestyle. You shouldn't even need a gun.
But you never know.
That's how I feel.
But you never know.
I think it's good to have one in certain
You never know,
situations.
Shawty. You never know.
Folk got shot in church. Folk got shot in schools. Folk got shot in a grocery store.
Okay, so if you at a church and they shoot and you got a gun,
You bet.
You supposed to shoot back. Yeah.
Time out. And that's the whole thing. Y'all act as if the main threat to me, me having a gun is why I feel that the forefathers of this country instilled guns into the Constitution.
who invented guns?
Who invented guns?
I think white people.
It was one dude.
No, I'm a white people.
It was white people?
It was one dude. Yeah, it was white
I think it was white people. Think about it though. Think about it.
Yeah.
It was white people because they couldn't fight these other races, so they had to get a gun.
They had to get a gun because they know how to make bow and arrows and all that shit. They did.
Yeah, that's what they were
But
doing.
a gun was created by a white person. The atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, all this was created by white people.
Yeah.
Because that's
the only way they could gain control.
Guns were not invented by a single person, but rather evolved from technology developed in China.
You could do that.
It said guns were not invented by a single person, but rather evolved from technology developed in China, beginning with the invention of gunpowder around 850 AD. Tao alchemists, the first true firearms.
Okay.
Chinese.
They use the gun to control people. That like a lot of
Gunpowder
that
is
stuff come from like
salt
them
people,
trying to gain control.
sulfur and charcoal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because if you got a group of people, you ain't no way you can control them just by saying, "Hey, y'all do what the fuck I say." You gotta have a weapon.
Honestly, I feel like guns and weapons weren't initially used for violence. I feel like we just, as humans, realized that shit. If, like London said, I realized I could take down this bear or this buffalo or this fucking animal with this shit. You're smaller than that animal, so I know I could take you down. So now it kind of gave them an upper hand, just like spears. Bow and arrows weren't made to be shot at people. Those shits were made to hunt. They were made to hunt. But they start realizing, if I can stop a fucking deer with this shit, I know I'm stopping you.
So I think there is a book called the Book of Enoch. I haven't read the whole thing, but it talks about fallen angels coming down, and certain angels, they taught humans about the art of war and pretty much put weapons in our hands. And they say it's actually like witchcraft when girls, anything to enhance your beauty, like lashes, nails, all that kind of cosmetic, even astrology, all that's like of fallen angels. It's like almost forbidden knowledge that we're not supposed to have.
So hold on, pause. So it's not knowledge. So when you say forbidden knowledge,
Meaning,
see, that's
meaning God didn't intend for us to know it.
Time out. My whole thing is like this. I don't believe that God. I don't think that God forbid us to know the knowledge that they came down here for, because God didn't destroy the earth for that. If you talk the Bible, biblical, God destroyed the earth because the sons of God came down here and they made it with us, and they made the Nephilim, the bigger people, the motherfucking giants and shit. So I feel like that's why the earth was destroyed, but it wasn't destroyed because, oh yeah, man, they smart, they know how to use fire. Oh man, they like looking at themselves. That wasn't why God destroyed the earth. He destroyed the earth because
I agree,
we
because
created
we're creators, so he created us to create.
Yeah, so that wasn't why he destroyed it.
How we using it, probably the wrong way, but
The weaponry in war was made by Azazel, taught for forging swords, knives, and shields, and breastplates. Cosmetic and vanity. Fallen angels use jewelry, bracelets, beauty products, dyes, techniques of beautifying the eyes, eyelids to enhance temptation and lust. Sorcery, magic. They instructed humans. Hold on.
Is that an angel? Is that an angel? Is that a god?
No, they're different angels. They're angels. According to the book of Enoch, fallen angels, the Watchers, led by Azazel and some Jazi, corrupt humanity by teaching them forbidden knowledge, including, I don't know what that is, Melatoguery for weapons, sorcery, cosmetic, astrology, and root cutting.
But this is what I don't understand.
Sorcery and magic. This is what I don't understand. Humans and chants.
This is what I don't understand. So, the knowledge about creating weapons and lustful and beauty and all that shit, it's forbidden knowledge. That's what y'all saying, right? Mm-hmm. Help me understand.
We're not both
then where was going? Then why did God have it?
Because he's God. Okay.
You missing it. You get what I'm saying? Why did God have it? If God is the God of peace, why does he need war and all this? Why does he need guns? Why does he need the knowledge of guns?
But you think God? I think God okay with war though.
I feel
think
like
he okay with war. I feel like
feel,
some stuff gotta happen. Like it's just like if you got a group of people and you over people and they not doing certain things right, you gonna make something happen to,
I'm be real. It's not to go against God. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. Yeah. So no. Because I know how Leonard will take stuff literally. You said it, nigga. You said it. So my whole thing. So my whole thing. My whole thing is I feel like all right. If I want my son to be forever submissive to me, or forever, like, I guess, beneath me, I would keep him from knowing how to defend himself against me. So I would, like, make sure you're not smart enough to outthink me. So I want to keep you dumb.
Think God's like, you think God's like that?
Then why would knowledge about fire be forbidden? Why would knowledge about weapons?
Fire.
Paul. That's what Ezekiel brought down here. They brought weapons, fire, all that. So my whole thing
is was forbidden because he knew what people will go with it. Because some people probably used it for good, but then you got the evil minded.
But we gonna do wrong. Watch this.
Hold on. But then the earth was supposed to be flat, and then somebody talked about it was gonna be round. So this is what we saying. Though, like we just.
Yeah. So, but let me ask y'all a question though. Dead serious though. If you go biblically, the earth is flat. Biblically, in the Bible, it says the earth is flat with a dome over it. It says it's got a. This is what the Bible says.
What book this in?
Huh? The Bible says that the earth is a flat surface enclosed in a dome with water above the dome, and then under us is water also. That's what the Bible says. So if you go by the Bible and it says that what we think are stars in the sky, those are not stars, those are angels. That's what the Bible says.
Those are what?
Angels. That's what the Bible says.
I don't know how true that is, but I know when I was little, we used to say that when you see a star, you know, think of somebody that passed away.
But then what I want you to do is like also look up what does a star look like through a telescope. Now, I already know. I just want you to see it. It looks like what a star looks like through a telescope is if you were underwater and you were looking through a light, through like underwater. You're underwater. You looking through a light. How it like looks like water shimmering. Yeah. That's what a star looks like through a telescope. So it kind of goes with what the Bible says. Then on top of that, if this is why I say I don't believe we're a ball. This is why I don't believe that we're a ball, because none of the math makes sense. So we're gonna do this. So the Earth is spinning 70,000 miles on its own. So we do this. Look, boom.
Okay.
Earth is spinning.
Right.
It's spinning itself 70,000 miles. All while it's spinning 70,000 miles this way, it's circling the fucking sun at 150,000 miles. So we're spinning, then we're spinning around something. So now, on top of that, the fucking sun, people think, oh, the sun's just sitting still. No, the sun itself is spinning around a motherfucking goddamn black hole. So then, how is it that you telling me 500, 600, 1,000 years ago, they're describing we call that shit
Milky Way.
no, not the Milky Way. The fucking the Big Dipper. That's the Aries. That's the Aries fucking goddamn astrology sign. This is that. How is it that you telling me what it is we're spinning at 60,000 miles an hour, going around a ball of fire at 150,000 miles an hour, then it's going around a fucking giant black hole at 250 million miles an hour. And how is it that you, for the last 1,000 years, we've been seeing the same exact things in the sky? It never changed. Yeah. How is it that you tell me I can point a motherfucking fucking camera, do a time lapse at the fucking North Star? The North Star never moves. Everything else circles around the North Star. Nothing makes sense. So I'm not saying it's just, to me, I get when people say certain things, but to me, I use what God didn't want me to have. Knowledge.
So you're a flat believer then.
No.
He's a flat earther.
In the Bible, God say that you are God. Not God, He is, but you're a God of your own universe. So I think if I'm God and I created other gods, why would I not want you to have knowledge? Because you're a creator too. So in order to create, you gotta have knowledge. You can't create without knowing nothing.
Boom, watch this. And that's why I say certain things just don't make sense.
But that's the world. The government, all that playing on what we.
But watch this. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, cool. We'll just all right. To me, I like breaking shit down by timelines to see if it makes sense. Okay. So in the beginning, there was nothing. Okay. God said He hovered over the face of the void of the earth. So the earth was here.
Well, hold on. We could.
I think He made light first.
Hold on. Since you would have jumped back to the beginning, so let's ask this, right?
Gotcha. Add it in for me.
Let's jump back to this because it's so many theories, right? So it's which one do y'all believe, right? So there's this one where we came from monkeys and shit. Hold on. There's that, and then what the fuck? I'm sorry. What do y'all dinosaurs? What the hell dinosaurs?
They was here.
So they was here before us.
Yeah.
And then
pause.
So where were we?
Boom. Okay. That's what was
But why dinosaurs ain't in the Bible though?
That's boom.
Come on now.
That's what. All right. Y'all. Hold on. Pause. Do y'all want to hear my crazy theory about it?
Come on with it.
I can tell you the whole crazy theory.
Come on with it.
Listen. So okay, I believe that the Earth was here, and dinosaurs were on Earth. Okay, we were on Earth. I feel like before God.
Go ahead.
I believe before God. Listen, bro.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain this to you.
Okay. Before
God. Listen. God, just listen. Listen. I believe that the dinosaurs were here on this earth before God came of the Bible. Before God came of the Bible. And I believe that this earth was just here. I feel like asteroids, back then, asteroids were like going through the space and shit. It destroyed the earth. Because if an asteroid hits earth, for one, it's going to cause a massive flood. It's going to flood the earth. So all it will be is just water. And because it's going to black out the sun and it's going to fuck up some shit. Now, I believe they did a theory, right? That there's this fucking planet that has this weird ass fucking elliptical orbit that only comes past Earth every 4,000 to 5,000 years. And it gets so close to Earth that it dips in between the Earth and the moon. That's how close it gets to us. So I feel like the God that we worship, He is a being from that planet. Now, people think, oh, it's crazy. But if you think about it, what the word alien means, that means something not of this world. So technically God would be an alien. So Before you go,
now that's deep. So, now I was lost, but I promise you, when you said alien, I be thinking about like, did aliens create humans?
So now
I be thinking.
Now watch. So for those of you who have not done deep research, there's something called the Emerald Tablets. Now the Emerald Tablets are from about, I think, don't quote me on the exact number, but it's about 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. This tablet they found, this from it's called the Emerald Tablet because it was inscribed on emerald. For those of you that know about stones, you can't just carve on emerald. It has to be some type of technology that inscribed on its emerald. So when they translated it, because there are certain languages that we have now that correspond with this language, so they know humans wrote this or some being wrote this. So they're reading it. This tablet said it speaks of gods. Now, certain gods, I can't remember ones on the Emerald Tablet they named, but they correspond with the God that we worship of Christianity. So what it is I believe that this earth is here, and as this rogue planet comes around, it got close enough to Earth, the God we worship, being the king or God of that planet, he sees the earth, and that's where I feel Genesis start. As I saw the earth, I created the earth because it came in. Listen.
God says that?
Listen, bro.
As I saw the earth.
Listen. He come on. Time out.
God is.
Time out, bro. Listen. So I feel like as this planet came by, he saw it. They came down to investigate this planet because once we get to a point where we're interdimensional beings or interstellar beings, we'll be able to move through planets and shit. It'll be nothing for us. So I feel like they came down here and they did what the Bible said, but I feel like it was a lot less mystical. Like, oh man, I breathe breath for air. I feel like that was all real mystical, like for us to absorb. I feel like it was some kind of science behind how they did it. So if you read the Bible when he talks, God doesn't talk as if he's talking to himself. He's talking as if he's talking to a group of people. And I feel like those were the other gods of that planet. That's why God said, I am the number one God. God with big G. And people, big G, little G. It's like, I'm the supreme God. I'm over all of you. So if you look at the way the Romans and the Greeks set their shit up, Zeus, he would be Zeus, but everybody else that was in their shit, Ares, Hades, they're all gods too. They're just, Zeus is the supreme God. So what I feel is they were sitting at this big round table and they're talking. They're like, yo, look, this planet that we never seen before came around. Look, we're gonna populate that planet with our beings and shit. And every god that was at this table. So if you want to break it up, the Hindu god, the Buddhist god, we'll just do that. So they're sitting at this table and they like, look, I'm gonna create my people. My people gonna be over here. I'm gonna create my people. My people gonna be over here. And God like, cool. We all gonna create our own people. They're gonna be spread out over this big planet. That's when God started terraforming this planet. For those who don't know what terraforming is, so right now they already figured out that if we were to go to Mars, that we would have to terraform Mars. We'd have to give it an atmosphere. We would have to bring water from the inside of this Earth and inside of Mars and bring water to the planet. There's ways to terraform planets. So again, what God was speaking of in Genesis, he was just terraforming this planet. So again, there's scientific ways to explain it. Not saying I don't believe the Bible, but
science is like the closest thing to kind of make stuff make sense.
They had another theory.
Everything come from really science. Like even if you don't believe in religion, you can go back to science because science is kind of like.
No, watch this. I'm gonna keep going. Look, I'm gonna keep going.
I would say that was theory of a guy called.
Hold on. I'm gonna keep going. So watch. So boom. In the Bible, if you want to, people always say, no, man, Adam and Eve were the first man and woman. That don't make sense. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, God said, let us create man in our image and give them roam over the earth and subdue the animals and do this and do that, do this and that. People say, oh, he talking about Adam and Eve. No, he put Adam and Eve in the garden and only let them name the animals of the garden, then give them reign over them animals. He just told them to name. I let him name every animal in the garden. So that means he created Adam and Adam and Eve grew up in or were made inside the garden. Every other person was outside the garden. If Adam and Eve were the only people, how come when Cain killed Abel, Cain told God, please don't send me out there. If anyone were to find me, they would kill me. If they're not other people and there's no knowledge of other people in this world. So how in the fuck is Cain going to God saying, don't let them people out there kill me? And then if there was no way to mass communicate with everybody, God said, I will put a mark on you so that anyone that sees you, they'll know you're they'll know your mind, and that they won't kill you. And if whatever they do to you, they'll suffer 7 times over. That's Genesis chapter 3, verse 45. So I hear you, but the whole thing is there's ways to scientifically explain this shit. I'm not saying take the mystical aspect away, because a lot of people, spirit. I feel you, bro, but there's scientific ways to explain this shit.
That's not going to explain everything. They have not figured out how to explain everything, and they never will.
It's not. No. Pause. At one point in time, they thought they'd never be able to explain how things fly in the air. Somebody evolved and got smart enough to figure it out. Listen, what you're saying, you're just saying nobody will never figure out how. They'll never know. You don't know, bro. Everything evolves.
Everyone know everything. I don't know everything. You can't figure everything out. Yes, you can figure some things out.
Why can't you figure everything out?
Nah.
Why can't you?
Because you're not God.
See again. That's the whole thing.
Not
if you're
everything.
Pause. What is it? Pause. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between us and God? What is the difference?
We're able to die, and he's not able to
die.
But even though we're living all in the spiritual world, but we gonna die in the physical. So
we're not made to die.
We're immortal, and he's like,
we're not made to die.
Yeah, because we're gonna live eternally.
We're gonna live eternally.
But your physical not.
The physical, we're gonna live eternally. God said it.
God said it. Okay, so my brother got killed. What his physical is?
Hold on, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. God intended for us to live forever. That was God's intention. And God, and that's why I say, what I'm gonna ask for y'all to do, not you, I'm mainly talking to London.
They made us.
Do not, whatever answer you give me, do not pull from your emotional. Pull from knowledge about where you research. Hold on, I'm trying to, hold on.
Go ahead, you
all right. Okay. In the Bible, why did God kick them out of the garden? He spoke of why he did. God said.
Good. The tree of knowledge, right?
Okay, cool. So why did he kick them out of the garden? Why did he kick Adam and Eve out of the garden?
So
when they was covering themselves up, and he was like, "How you know you naked?"
Yeah.
And they ate of the tree. The snake, convinced them to eat out of the tree. I guess that's why he kicked them out, because he told them you can eat of every tree but except this tree.
Nope.
I did anyway. So I'm thinking about a theory what it said do called Enki and Leo. They were two of our names who created man, and they created us to mine their gold. They got tired of mining their own gold and researching this planet. They said, "Hey, let's create a slave race."
Watch
let these niggas.
You know what's London. Listen, bro. London. What you're missing is what you just read. These two fallen angels called Enki and Enlil. They were brothers. Watch this. They were brothers. Now watch this. Who is Enki? No, Enki. And Enlil. Who's Enlil?
I remember those names. I don't remember.
Enlil is the God of the Bible. But hold on, you just said they fallen angels. Enlil is the God of the Bible. That's who we're talking. That's who we worship.
But they say that a lot of parts of the Bible.
That's what I'm saying. No, because that's why I say do not answer from emotional. Again, not talking to you, talking to this nigga. Listen, do not answer from emotional. Enlil is the God of the Bible. The person you just called a fallen angel because it doesn't fall into what you believe.
Hold on. Enki, a major Sumerian deity of wisdom, water, creation, sometimes speculated linked to the fallen angels, watches mentioned in the book of Enoch.
Hold on. On the emerald tablets, what is the God of the Bible's name?
Oh, it says person. See, I ain't gonna. It's like Elohim, but I don't trust the internet all the way either, because I feel like people are behind these screens giving you information.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is fabricated because nobody wants you to know the truth. Because if you know the truth, you'll realize you've been lied to all your life. So you got people that's putting this information in, and they kind of like, you know, putting what they want you to know, and they don't want you to know everything, because if you start
100%.
discovering stuff.
Bob, the reason I asked y'all that, the reason we got kicked out of the Garden of Eden was because God once he realized, for one, it's crazy because God is all knowing, all powerful, beginning and end. So okay, boom, we're gonna start there. God's all knowing, all powerful, beginning and end. Is anybody got that on this?
The dinosaurs was here first, so how he the beginning and end?
Cool, no. Okay, cool. So again, no. The reason I'm saying that is because when London say you'll never do anything, because you're God. So okay, cool. So we're gonna do this. Cool. God is what? When he's told, he's all powerful, all knowing, beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Okay? So that means God knows everything. God is more powerful than anything. God was at the beginning and God was at the end. So okay, so cool. If God is all knowing, why do you ask Adam and Eve, how do you know you're naked?
Because he wanted to see if they were going to be honest.
No. Watch this. Okay. See, again, that's answering from feelings. No, he didn't know. He didn't know, because then if he knew that they were going to eat from this tree, I would have never put you in the garden, because that's beginning and end. So I know everything. I wouldn't put.
See, but that's why I disagree, because I feel like God know all. And he gonna put you in situations because he giving you your own God too.
We weren't made for that.
So you your own God. I'm God of all things, but I'm gonna still put you in predicaments, and I'm gonna allow you to make your own decisions, and that's gonna create your life and whatever goes on in it.
Pause. Pause. If you go back to the Bible and the purpose of Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve's purpose was to till the garden and watch over the tree and guard and watch over the animals of this garden. They were not supposed to be, we're having kids, we're doing this, that wasn't their purpose. That wasn't their purpose, and that says it in the Bible. That wasn't their purpose. I am making a man. I'm gonna call him Adam. Breathe my breath of life in him to watch over the garden. That's what his only purpose was. Nothing else. We didn't gain purpose until we left the garden. And even then, once we left the garden, we still didn't die. We still lived damn near 900,000 years. God made it where we died when the book of Babylon, when we were building the tower to God. Now that goes back to what I was saying. So if this planet that's coming around, we were building this tower to God, God came down and saw we were building this tower and said, yo, I gotta do something, because if they all speak the same language, there's nothing they can accomplish. Look, I'm gonna make them all speak different languages, and the seed of my body won't last in a man no longer than 120 years.
I thought you said that they was all sitting around, the Hindu God, the Buddhist God, they made people. Yeah. So now the Supreme God's coming back saying no.
Yeah.
But why don't they already spoke different languages already? No. Listen. What are you talking about?
Listen. Just because. No. Pause. No. Watch how crazy you sound. So what you're telling me is because somebody grew up on the other side of this country, they don't know how to speak the same language as me? Because somebody grew up in Africa, they don't learn English? They don't know the same language? So just because they grew up somewhere or they believe in something else, people that believe in Allah know English. Nigga, they just confused everybody and gave everybody different languages so they can't collaborate. So yeah, London's family over there, and then Nardo's family, the AD family, and then Man's family, they get together, they start building this house. They all speak the same language. They never said we speak different things. We put confusion. We did that. And I feel like if we're building the Tower of Babylon and God stop us, why? If heaven is some mystical place that doesn't really exist in this physical world, how can I build a tower to it? And if I'm building a tower to it and you trying to build a tower to a mystical place, nigga, why stop you? I don't care. You just look stupid at this point. No, I feel like heaven was something that you could see. It was right there. And I feel like they called the other planet heaven. Because again, that's why they say when God came with Moses, when they finally got to the promised land, God said that you can't go in the promised land because you didn't obey me, but I'm not going to send you to hell. They said God took Moses into the clouds to heaven with him. They didn't say they disappeared and went to another dimension. No, he said I took him into the clouds with me.
You took Moses? I don't know about that.
Took Moses.
That's true. I'm getting a fact check.
Okay. Do what you need to do.
I know me.
Come on, look up.
I thought when you see God, you gotta die.
Look up. Did Moses die? Look it up. Did Moses die? They're gonna say no. God took him into the cloud, took him up to heaven in the clouds with him. That's what's it. Because God asked, he asked God, why can't I go in the promised land? God said, because that day I told you to.
He said, yes, according to the Bible, Moses died on Mount Nebo at age 120 after leading the Israelites for 40 years. He was not permitted to enter the promised land due to disobedience, but he was able to view it before his death. According to tradition, he was buried by God.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it got even more crazy.
That's crazy, what?
How he get buried by God? I'm telling you, if you read the King James version, he took him into heaven. He
said after being forbidden from entering.
Because God told him to whisper to the rock to get food from him. And he struck the rock.
Died at 120.
He struck the rock. He struck the rock instead.
That's kind of young for the Bible, though, 120. Because, he was in the Bible, it was like 700 years.
No, but that we got to think about it. Technically, Moses was in the time of, he wasn't before Jesus, but he was getting close to when Jesus was coming. He was around that time frame. Okay. Because at that point, Egypt and then civilizations had already been set up and stuff like that. I just feel like Moses has played such a big part in the Bible that he's in the beginning. He's in the Old Testament part. Because he was obviously here before
Jesus ain't in. He's only in the New Testament.
Yeah, because
Jesus wasn't even in the Old Testament.
You know why? Watch this.
This a big question for me. If Jesus was in the Old Testament, why do people say I gotta go through Jesus to get to God? That's crazy, because if he went in the Old Testament, why I gotta go through him?
You're not gonna do it. No, you're not gonna do it. If you're not gonna come on the mic and say that, you're not gonna do it.
But the story,
I could tell you why. You want to know why?
The story.
Okay, watch this.
When Jesus was born,
hold on.
Jesus went down.
What?
When Jesus was born, he forgave everybody, died. He took everybody back that was supposed to be forgiven. All them souls that was in hell.
No, listen. Before Jesus, listen, London. We're not going to talk the mystical stories that they told us when we were children. No, we're going to talk facts about what the Bible actually says. So, before Jesus died on the cross, everybody went to hell. Everybody. Listen, bro. Listen. Everybody went to hell. The reason everybody went to hell was because the only way back in the day to ask for forgiveness from God was to offer a sacrifice to God. So nothing technically measured up to the sacrifice you're giving to a God. So everybody went to hell. When Jesus came here in the flesh, God came here in the flesh, he made himself the ultimate sacrifice that now you don't have to go kill a lamb to sacrifice it to God. I died for you. So now, since I died for you, God let me die. Now everybody, you're being judged on whether you ask for forgiveness now to go to heaven or hell. Because again, everybody went to a place called purgatory. Hell wasn't introduced to the Bible until like 1600s. It wasn't even the Old Testament. What it was everybody went to a place that was known as purgatory. Purgatory is just a black space where nothing.
You know what? That's what was so crazy to me. How people saying, how you know where somebody went when they fucking dead? You don't fucking know. Excuse me, you don't know. Mm-hmm. If they dead, I mean,
Eddie, listen. This is the Grown Person Podcast. You will not be censoring your curse words.
Well, I'm working on my curse words.
My bad. What?
Some folks die and come back. Some folks are in touch with the other side, and they can say what's going on. Some folks have powers like that. They exist. We might not know them, but some folks have been to the other side.
Yeah, no, I know people who died and came back.
I do this thing. I astral project, you know what I'm saying, every now and then. And like, I'll actually see dead people, like people that I know in my family that were dead. Oh, and really? like Janelle told me, I didn't realize it till the other day that it was, I guess, forbidden because I guess I didn't want to know. Not saying the information was not there. I didn't want to know. It's forbidden to talk to the dead. But like, I've like Lily
Says
Ashton.
who? The dad?
I've Lily Ashton.
Says who? The dad?
I've Lily.
But God died on he was died on the cross.
I don't know how true that is, but I do think it's not good to talk to the dead.
That's not true. You know
Because
why?
when you talk to the dead, you're opening up other dimensions and other spirits, and you may be talking to something else that you don't know.
We talk to our ancestors.
Oh goodness.
We're black.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be a whole bricker.
Talk to your ancestors.
I'm gonna be a whole
So
bricker.
was Jesus black?
I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know. He would be black. He would be
I
like.
mean, he said
would
he
be
had like
Arabic.
woo.
He would be Arabic. He'd be like
Hebrew.
Arabic.
Everybody's black.
Nah.
If you don't believe me, die and find out.
But I'll say this though. Is God black? I think he's man of color, yes. See, black like us, I don't know. But I say a lot of African heritage before Christianity, they prayed to their ancestors. A lot of before Christianity came about, they did, and that's really how they got by. They did little things, and then us as the Western society, that's roots, that's witchcraft. That's what the white folk telling you. The white folk are telling you that's witchcraft.
But you know the white people.
You know that, right?
You know the white people are the babies of this world. Like out of all the people, they the last people that was on this earth that they came to the earth.
Yeah.
So
They didn't
they the
come to
babies.
it.
Well, they was made.
I feel like again. If,
You feel like they was grafted?
I want y'all to really, that's dead serious. Everybody out there, do research on the Emerald tablets. They have literally broken down. They have broken down to English. Direct translation. Now I put my thoughts into it. No, direct translation of what the Emerald tablets are. Now in the Emerald tablets, they say that we went to the mountains. Us black people, like you said, went to the mountains and we created white
Like,
people.
oh no. This was a story with the Jacob. They said this man named Jacob. That's why I said the inner earth. When I said people living under the earth, is this story about a man named Jacob. Jacob, it was two big-headed scientist twins. Well, not they were twins, but they was like,
Brothers
brothers or something like
family.
that. And Wayne lived under the earth, and Wayne lived on top of the earth. But the Wayne that lived on top of the earth, they made fun of him and they mocked him because his head was so big. But his head was so big because he was smart and he, But the Wayne under the earth, they didn't, because it was normal to the people under the earth. But the man that was on the earth, he didn't like black people because it's different type of black people.
Mm-hmm.
His mother was a lighter version of black people. His daddy was a darker version of black people. And his mother people, somehow the mother ended up messing with the brother and they killed his mother. So out of spite of that situation, he went and created white people. And he trained these white people to rule over black people because that's from his hate of black people for killing his mother. But
I can believe that.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. Google Jacob, like
What story?
the big.
Is it a real story?
Yeah, this a real. Well, this is a real story. They say this the father of white people. Like this, and basically what he did. Nobody say the genes. It's 4 different genes. Like the black gene, the brown gene, the yellow gene, and the white gene. So what he did, YAKE, it'll come up.
But what I want to ask though, like, cause you say the one on top had the big head. So
both of them had big heads, but the one on the top, the people on Earth was mocking him because they were normal, but under the earth it was okay. So he had this hate over him. And he went to the mountains, and what he did, he had a following of people. And he basically he took the light skinned people and he basically kept going till it got lighter and lighter and lighter.
So they're saying the Jacob story can refer to 2 different figures: the biblical Quranic prophet Jacob, father of the 12 tribes of Israel, known as the covenant of God with the vision of Jacob's ladder.
Okay. I'm saying, I was like, if one of
But it makes sense because he was a scientist, and a lot of this stuff on Earth is science.
And
now, I ain't knocking religion, but a lot of stuff is science.
But
how they make carrots, how they make a lot of this stuff. This stuff ain't real. They're grafting these things and making them.
Yeah.
Broccoli, not real.
I told y'all. Listen.
You remember that chart in school?
The Punic Square and all that.
And all that. They had all the goddamn shit on there. The H2O, the carbon.
Oh yeah. That's
real. That's real.
But I told y'all. That's why I say I believe that there were other guys when they sat around talking. Like even like they found out. People think, oh man, like there's one type of human. No, there are multiple different types of human. White people are not the same as us. They're like Asian people are not the same as us because there's a Homo
Black
sapien.
people was the first people. You know why? Because the black woman got mitochondrial DNA. That means she can make any baby. She can. Can't nothing come from white but white. Everything come from black. Google it. Google mitochondrial DNA. A black woman can make anything. She can make a white baby. She can make an Asian baby. Google it.
Pause. I'm explaining this to you. I'm explaining this why. She can't make an Asian baby. So listen, she can't make a white baby. Listen. What it is. I want y'all to think about this. Since we are the darkest skin color, right? If you just go as simple as like elementary level, what colors make black? All colors.
All colors got black in it.
Bro, all colors make black. All colors. Now, what color makes white? What color makes lighter? If you have all colors in you, we can't make all races. We can make people of all colors. Because we have all of that in us. So I'm not saying we're not the first. We didn't black or people always want to go, Chinese people came from us. No, Chinese people didn't come from us. They're a different type of human. There's Homo erectus, Homo sapien, Homo nestabian. It's different types of human, and we all look alike. Just like I feel like it's snakes. If you think about this, if you look at a snake may be a snake, but that's a rattlesnake. That's an anaconda. That's this snake. That's snake. That's what that caused that to look like that. That's what caused that to look like that. And there's snakes. I feel like us as people, us black people, we just happen to be able to create all different skin complexions, all different skin tones, all different eye colors, because it all lies in us. That don't mean that I can create an Asian person. No, you can't. You can create a person that looks like an Asian person. You can create a person that looks like a white person.
All modern humans share a common direct maternity ancestor known as the mitochondria Eve, an African woman who lived approximately 100,000 to 200,000 years ago. Because she lived in Africa, all humans, regardless of their race, carry the mitochondrial DNA. Specifically, black women today often carry the ancient diverse maternity.
See, that's a lie, because all race don't carry the mitochondrial DNA. That's why you can't even believe everything AI says. Only black women carry the mitochondrial DNA. That's a fact.
That's why we're the only ones that can, like I said, create every color.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. We can create a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby, and he'll be black. But a white person, but no, it's not that we have the dominant gene. It's just that
that's the truth, but
I don't believe we had a dominant gene, because again, a white person and a black person can have a baby. Every time it's gonna look like it's mixed. No, not every time.
No, what you mean? What do you mean by dominant? This is what dominant means. This is what dominant means. Any race we mix with, you black. That means you dominate every race.
Pause. You do understand that that's something that white people put in us. What you said.
What dominate?
No. That's something that white people that became a thing during slavery here in the United States. Because it wasn't everywhere in the United States. Everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
In the United States, they saw black people or people of other races as a lower species. So if you find out that you have black people mixed with you, in their mind, you're no longer purely us. You're them. Black. So what you just stated, that used to be a system of hate. You're not white no more. You're black.
But I take that. I hear what you're saying, but this is another thing. Because white people are the minority. So anything mixed with white, everybody dominate white. If an Asian man and a white lady get together, that baby Asian. Because everything dominates white.
But what I'm trying to explain to you, what I'm trying to explain to you is, what you're doing is spitting rhetoric that white people spit out. No. What you want? Well, listen. Because
because
that's why they don't want us to goddamn.
And like he said, they know the truth. That's why black people struggle with a lot of things, because they know more of our identity than we know. Yeah. Because they try to wipe it away.
They become extinct.
But listen, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, white people. From back what y'all are saying, the words y'all are saying, that wasn't something that's instilled in us. That's not. If you look at somebody's DNA and you see that they're mixed with white and black, they do not say you're black. No, If right now you go to Ancestry.com, send your DNA, and they see that you have African and you have Ethiopian and you have fucking you're Eastern European, you have Russian. And they're not going to send it back and say you're black. What they're going to say is, you're a mixed racist.
Yeah. No, but they're going to give you the percentages of how much of what is in you.
But again, that doesn't make you that race. What I'm trying to, that's what people don't understand. Anytime you have mixed children, you are creating a new race. London's home. Listen. London's ex-wife is Puerto Rican. London is African. So when London's kids are not, oh, you're African. No, we cancel their DNA out.
I don't believe that African stuff, because I feel like that's like you just said, the white people gave us, that's what the white people gave us. Africa. How the hell I'm African? I ain't never been to Africa. That's crazy. That's crazy. Every black person that come from Africa, we got black people all over the world.
African American.
Man, my ancestors are
Y'all do understand? You do understand, man. You do understand that, you do understand that the term African American was created by Jesse Jackson, right?
By Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson created the term African American.
Yeah.
That's how recent and new that shit is. That's why I tell you. Watch this. If right now. How come when you look at a sheet of paper on a job application or anything that people hand you, why do you see African American on there, Asian American, Hispanic American? How come? And then it's Caucasian.
Why are they Caucasian American?
You know why it's not? You know why it's not? No. It's because everything
in their systems.
No,
they claimed it.
No, everything.
Columbus claimed it. But black people was here before Christopher Columbus so-called discovered it.
Native American.
Them
people were black.
Native American.
Man, black people everywhere, all over the world.
Watch this.
Black people on other sides of the world.
London. Listen to me. Let me explain this to you. Native American. Okay, cool. The term Native American. Once Christopher Columbus got here to America, he encountered the natives. That means people. Listen, the people who were already here. Now, what they did was they tried to enslave these people. What happened was they said with the natives, they said that a lot of them were dying and getting sick and couldn't, they were weak, they were tired. So what they did was they shipped them across the country. That was what called the Tale of Tears, where they sent the Native Americans to the other side of the country. The people who survived this slavery and this onslaught that they were doing to us, they became the slaves. So the only people that couldn't survive, the people that couldn't survive this onslaught, they became the Native Americans. And that's why all Native Americans look alike. Now, how come Native Americans look like Samoans? Native Americans look like people from Samoa. Come on.
All this information we really saying is information that's giving to us. So how we know is any of this shit true? How we know? Unless we go do some time traveling and go back.
Did you do Ancestry.com?
No, I didn't. I was scared to do it because I feel like they were going to try to take my shit and do something.
I'm going to break with you. Okay, all right. Listen, there's a whole trend going across fucking TikTok right now. This dude created this trend. Because at first, Ancestry.com and 23andMe and all them places, they've been called, been sued a couple times for fraud. So this dude was like, let me test it out. So what he did was he ordered a package. The package came to him. He got the DNA swab. Instead of swabbing himself, he swabbed his lizard. He swabbed inside his lizard, put it back in the package, mailed it off to him. When it came back, it turns out his lizard is 24% Algerian, 24% Nigerian, this perfect. So they, right now, hold on. And this dude literally is swabbing just random animals, and they're saying the same thing. So I feel you, but it comes down to this. Okay, from my DNA, so they say we're all the same. Okay?
Black.
They say I'm saying the whole world. We're all the same. And we came from monkeys and all this extra shit. My whole thing.
Okay, we came from monkeys. Why we stop coming from monkeys?
Boom, pause. That's crazy. I swear I was thinking the same
what happened?
shit.
We just stopped.
But then we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go this far. How can you look at my DNA? How can you look at my DNA and tell where I'm from? And this is the question I had in my mind. Okay, so technically back in the day when DNA was created, nigga, it wasn't Ethiopia, it wasn't Nigeria, there was no Europe, there was no Paris, there was no Russia, there was no China.
Africa.
So my whole thing is like this. So how do you know you're 34% Ethiopian? How do you know that? Because again, exactly. The people that are in Ethiopia, they could have migrated there, and then I could have been that person in Ethiopia could have been in fucking Eastern Russia having sex with people, and their people. It's like, I don't buy it. I feel like we as a people need to get together. We need to get together.
I agree with that.
I feel like we need to get together. I feel like we need to get together and create some type of solidarity. So what the white people are banking on, they already know. One thing I can say, we are the only people that frown on what everybody else in this world does. We're the only people. We keep ourselves ostracized and keep ourselves down. Because honestly, if you think about it like this, if it doesn't surprise y'all that, oh man, hey, Steve Kerr played in the NBA and then he talked to the owners and they put his son in the NBA. Yay! But the second LeBron do it now, LeBron, only reason Bronny's on the Lakers because his dad. Nigga, that's what he's supposed to do. Nigga, I paved the way so you can come easily, nigga.
That part.
The whole thing is that it's Chinese people.
No, I agree with you. If you did something so long, that is fair, because if I put in this work for so long, it's fair for my son to have an easy life.
Hold on. If I work for the post office 30 years, like, you give my son that free, nigga, I be here. I put him on my son job.
I'm gonna be a whole brick. Look, I'm gonna be a whole brick with you. Let's say, right now, me and London own a trucking company as well as other companies. My whole thing is like this. If my son decides in his mind, hey, I want to be in the trucking company, my son could be like on a scale of 1 to 10, he could be probably about a 4.5, 5 as qualified to be over my motherfucking company. He could be 4.5, 5. If there's a dude that comes around, white dude that comes around, that dude could be an 8, an Asian dude could be a 9, and goddamn a motherfucking Indian dude could be a 7. I'm gonna hire my son.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hire my son.
Because that's what
I'm gonna hire my son.
Why would you not?
Why would I not? Man, you gotta keep the business going. So the business I built, I didn't build it for my family to get better. I built it so the white people will be cool with the fuck out of it, man.
I'm not. I'm gonna tell you something. The reason I'm business and money, man, and to run my business, and my son a 4.
Yeah, 4.5, 5. 4.5, 5. You know why? Pause. You know why? Pause. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna explain this to you. I'm gonna explain why I would hire my son. Watch. You know why I'm gonna hire my son?
It's traditional because you're trying to create a situation.
It ain't even that. You know why I would hire my son? I would hire my son for this situation just like this. One thing can happen. Somebody can come around me. You could be stupid as all outdoors, but I could teach you. I could show you how to get better. So my son could have came into this building as a 4.5, 5. I hire him. I will train you to become that 10. But one thing I do know, that person that came in as an 8, that came as a 9, that came in as a 7, they'll never be my blood. They'll never be my family.
He said,
no matter what I
trust my son to keep this business going. If I bring somebody else said, now they finna bring their family in to come take over my business.
Every time my numbers, statistics, most folks get betrayed and fucked over by family members and close friends in business. That's how most business go down. Because the family members are close friends.
What's crazy?
So your emotional side, yeah, son, I love your blood, but he's a 4. No, stay in your place. Now listen, if you work up to be an 8,
and that's all you're missing.
Yeah, but you're a 4, you're not running my fucking company, and you're a 4, I'm just fucking my son now.
Watch it. Why people still gonna put their son in the 4 in business and they gonna take it?
London, let me ask you a question real quick. London, let me ask you a question. London, let me ask you a question real quick. London, let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
Why wouldn't you let your son run the company as a 4? Just answer why.
Because, hold on.
Gotcha.
Don't cut me out, please.
Gotcha.
So when you're running a business, right? You're trying to make a profit.
Yep.
Right? And you're the best person who's available to make that profit for you.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going to be emotional and say, oh, my son, if he's a 4. No. If I train him and he gets to an 8, yes, you can do it. You're not running it at a 4. This is a business. It's real life. There's ain't no feelings involved in this shit.
It's okay, keep going. He don't realize. Cool. London. Okay, cool. London, cool. London, cool. Pause. London, cool. Pause. We'll do this. So you just walked into the trap I just set for you. You don't even understand. You just talking. So the whole thing is just like this. Cool. You hired that 9. Cool, you hired a 9. I have personally in life been around somebody in illegal shit, but when he brought me into his business, Instead of bringing in his family, he brought me in. My first thought was, I'm finna hire all my people around you, and we're gonna take over your shit. We're gonna take over your shit. Hold on. Pause. And that nine you brought in is more than likely smarter than you in business. So now that nine you brought in, and do not play like there aren't owners who have brought people into their company, and then that board of people took over your company. You no longer in your own shit. You just created a company for these white folks, or these Asian people, or these Indian people, or somebody outside your family to take over your shit. So all that profit you made, they just voted you out your own company.
Now
your own family don't even own this company. They'll be like, Coca-Cola was created by London Childs and the Child family. Now it's ran and owned by the Indian family.
No, I love your imagination. You have a wild one. Should write a book sometime. You have wild imagination of how things is. It's crazy. No, so they have come with, yes, owners, they protect themselves. Do you think that 50 Cent or the people who own shit are the smartest person around them? No, you do really think Donald Trump is the smartest nigga he's around? You really think he's the smartest of all the people?
He ain't smart at all.
No!
And that's Pause, London, pause, London, that's London, and London, London, just stop yelling shit out and hold up, bro.
No, you don't say out.
Nigga, listen, bro. Listen. I understand what you're saying. You'll never be the smartest person in a room. So that means every person in this room outsmarts you. You want at least somebody in this room that looks at you besides just a number on a sheet of paper, because the second they feel like London is no longer valuable in his own company, you are no longer a part of it.
You create leverage.
You can't create leverage. No, the second you create
time, you create leverage. You put yourself in a position where you can't take your shit.
Talking from emotion. You're right, bro. Talking from London. You're not talking about from sense, bro.
I feel like you should just groom your son or your children to be what they need to be. But if they don't, then that's their choice.
We talking about numbers. That's about numbers. They pull your phone out, put numbers. Most generational wealth are passed down. Their family ruin their business.
Yeah.
They lose a lot of it. The family members do the numbers.
And you know what's crazy? Do the numbers. London. The only way generational wealth is passed down is through nepotism. I am making sure that my son is going to run this company. I'm making sure that my family will forever be attached to this company. I am making sure that there will never be somebody that's outside my family over this company to create generational wealth to be passed down. So if you put your generation's wealth, you put the child's family name in the name of Jonathan because Jonathan had a 9 on the score. Yeah, now this is Jonathan's family's wealth. And the child's family is no longer involved because I wanted to make some more money right now. And now your son and his kids, they don't know who the fuck they are. Nobody's ever been over Walmart. Nobody will ever be over Walmart's company that doesn't have the Walmart blood in them.
That's cool. Period. Yeah, let's do this. Approximately 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the second generation.
What'd you say, nigga?
Approximately 70%.
I'm just yelling and fucking Mike. I hear static, nigga.
No, approximately 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the second generation. 90% lose it by the third generation. It's also called a third generation curse. The loss is typically due to lack of financial education from heirs, failure to prepare the next generation, poor communication regarding estate and planning.
You know what's so crazy? AD just said that. Pause. No. Listen. That's the whole thing. You don't even understand it. You be proving people points just by running your mouth. You be so busy trying to say something. Nigga, the first thing AD said was, you should groom your children to know how to run their business. What you just read was the reason generations lose about a second, then 90% lose about a third. Yeah, nigga, all you said, they said lack of financial education about this shit. So the whole, listen, hold on, London, ain't nobody gotta ask no question, nigga. What you just said proved against you. If you just said, if you're not gonna train your child how to be financially responsible for your business, why the fuck do you think they will?
I have a question for you. You in, AD? Question: what happens when your heir and your son doesn't want to do that? Then what?
If they don't want to do that, that's cool.
No, pause.
Real question. Same situation.
I got you. Real question.
Hold on, your son's 4 or 5.
Got you.
Let's say your son's there. He doesn't want to do this shit at all. He's your only son, your only heir, your family. Who runs that position?
I'm all. No.
Listen. My son, how important it is. You keep this. Guess what? You ain't gotta really do too much. I'm gonna put you in a position to where you know everything you need to know. Because one thing about it, when you already got the love going, is just maintaining it.
Exactly. But is he receptive to the information?
He don't want to do it.
Pause, man.
He might not be. He might not be into it.
Man, watch this.
He might not be into it because how you said now you've already built this and established this company, and you want to hand it to him. You want to hand the keys to him, but he don't even want to do it.
Hell no,
let me explain this to you. No, let me explain this to y'all. I got you. Let me explain this to you. We are the only race of people, literally black people. We're the only race of people who allow our children to just figure out what you want to do. Listen, and Asian people, in Asian families, what they do is they raise their child. Listen, I want to be an astronaut. They're going to say, no, you're going to be a doctor. We need a doctor in this family. You're going to school to be a doctor. And for some reason, it's been working for thousands on thousands of years.
I go with the Asians because the Asians really do have
a family
structure.
That's why other races.
Right, they gonna follow suit.
Other races. We give up. That's why I told you. We are only black people.
He just answered me. He said he gonna make his child do it.
As black people. No. If I want my son to run a trucking company that me and you have started. If I want Bryson to run it, Bryson's 7 years old. I'm starting to train you now, nigga. If I want you to run this shit in, what? Daddy, I want to go out and play basketball. No, we're not doing that. That's what we're doing.
Are you training Bryson now how to do the podcast, not business now? And it's
you know what I'm doing, my son? I'm training his curiosity to know other things besides what he knows. So if my son says, hey, Dad, I want to build something. Cool, what you want to build? How we going to figure out what you want to build? Hey, what you need to do is figure out how to do this computer. Because you be building all these things on Minecraft. Cool, how about this? You come sit in front of the computer with Dad, and I'm going to teach you how to build some shit in where you can insert it in Minecraft and other kids can be playing your game. That's conversations I had with Bryson. So I hear you, my nigga. No. That's how you steer your children. Bro, it's the same reason, the same way everywhere else in this fucking world, the same way everywhere else in this world, the marriages are arranged. Your child will know when I have a kid, and you have a kid, our kids will know each other so our families can become greater. We all love who you love. You don't love that person, just love who you love.
That is real. That's most black people. We date off love. Most people date off establishment.
No. Arranged marriages are not in, they're not in Paris. They're not in England. They're not arranged marriages these places.
You do understand. Watch how slow you sound. Watch how slow you sound. Listen, we are descendants in this country, meaning our culture in this country, we are descendants of British people in this country. The reason we are Americans, the way we move in Americans, British people, the way this country was ran, the way it was started when it was colonized by the British, by the Spanish, it was people there. So of course, they don't arrange marriage in Spain. Nigga, of course, nigga, that's why we don't arrange them here, nigga. The fuck are you talking about, nigga?
You said everywhere.
Nigga, do you not understand that you are talking about one place? Nigga, America is fucking England. We still owe England money. This country was started in England, nigga. What are you talking about? This country was started by prisoners and the ostracized people of the British.
We know this already.
No, what are you talking about? You just said they don't arrange marriages there. We don't arrange that Britain. Nigga, we're British.
They don't.
They won't speak English, nigga.
They don't.
You sound stupid, bro. You're right. You're right. Hey man, this computer don't do the same thing. That doesn't do the same thing. Niggas connected to each other.
You never answered my question. You never answered my question. I said, if your son does not want to run this company, he said,
we're going to go to the next that can. The next that can.
You only got one son.
Oh, I got cousins.
Everybody said no. No matter how many all that stress. Who's stressing you?
You're right.
Give it to? Who runs it?
Who owns it? Watch this. Boy, I gotta pause. Let's say Bryson don't want to run the company.
Do you got a kid? I'm gonna go London kids. Oh, London kids don't want to run it? Anthony, your kids want to run it? No, Anthony, your kids don't want to run it? Hey, man, you got kids. Your kids want to run it? Hey, man, your kids don't want to run it? Cool. Hey, yo, Kelsey, your kids want to run it? This shit don't stay in our family.
That's emotional.
Oh, and that's what's so crazy. Jewish people, some of the wealthiest races in this world are Jewish people. You know why? Because they say they got something in their fucking bylaws as a Jewish person that the first dollar that you spend towards anything must be spent in the Jewish community before it goes anywhere else.
But what you just said, that people don't, like black people, we don't have no boundaries, no rules, no structure, so that's why a lot of things don't go the right way. We just out here free.
How you live, yeah.
I feel like once you create structure in your home, your child ain't gonna not want to do what's working. If they know this working, they gonna work with it.
You telling me.
How she just said, if it's instilled in you early.
Yeah, if it's instilled in you.
But the thing about it is like, you know what I'm saying, that's the thing with us, you know what I'm saying, everybody ain't on the same program.
That part.
Man, let me ask you a question. Man, I'm gonna ask everybody. Man,
go ahead.
Your job that you do for a living, right? You know what I'm saying? How you make your money.
Right.
Who else in your family does that?
Nobody.
Okay, cool. So right now, do you have any millionaires that are directly connected to you within, we'll say, 2 generations? So we'll say your grandfather down to your, no, we're gonna go through because your grandfather's grandfather. So we'll say your great uncles, your great aunties. Do you have any millionaires?
No.
So let's say your great uncle, right? He comes to you when you're like 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. Okay. He says, listen, man, I don't have any sons of my own. Right now, I'm making cameras for a living. Right. Listen, this is $1 million. We're running a multi-million-dollar company. Mm-hmm. I want you to be one of the heirs. I want to train you to be the CEO of this company. At 14, 15, if I tell you, yo, listen, I want you to be the heir and then run this company, you're going to be running this but you're going to say, okay.
Yeah, no. In this economy, yes, they are.
False. I
feel like you go out on any of these children and you promising them some real things.
This is stupid shit.
I know a real story right now. Right? Of a female. She has a brother and a sister, right?
Yep.
Their parents were straight entrepreneurs. They made good money, but hold on, they over $500,000 million. They made pretty good money.
Gotcha.
Hold on, they tried to train. She told me this. Our parents tried to told me business. I told them no. I wanted to go all, but her and us, they both said no. They all go work jobs right now.
Hold on, time out. You talking like that was smart or something?
You gonna go work for somebody else and get
You won't work for your dad, but I'll work for a stranger.
So what you're explaining is everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur, bro.
Everybody's pause. You gotta understand. Pause. That's how you sound slow. They indoctrinated you, my nigga. Only at this level we at is they call entrepreneurship. The owners are Walmart not entrepreneurs, nigga.
Even if they give them the sauce, no. I want you to say, but how you just said the parents giving them the sauce.
They don't want
basically, but they saying no. You can't. It's basically what's that?
That's the point. When they try to give them the sauce.
You know why? Because parents they got it out the mud and their kids don't know that experience. So in order to get out the mud, you got to keep that shit going.
No. Let me tell you the mistake for real. This mistake was what the people do. The mistake is giving these children the world and not making them grind for shit. So they out here walking like they don't even know that. Like you said, they don't know the struggle because they out here you living off my shit. But if I'm wealthy, I'ma still teach you certain shit so you can know, hey, this shit ain't no fairy tale.
How do you teach somebody to struggle without having to go through the struggle for real?
Exactly.
Oh no, you gonna work for everything. You gonna work for everything. You ain't giving you shit. You finna work for it like I did.
Here's the thing.
You want something, go clean up.
That's a whole different topic right there because you gotta think about it now. Like how you.
I'm not making my kids.
You just gotta think about this. It's a whole nother topic. But if you
make kids work.
If you got
gotta make your kids work.
If you're in a position,
but then they ain't gonna respect work.
If you're in a position like you say where you're wealthy, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and your kids, like you say, your kids don't have to go through the struggle that you know that you went.
Which you shouldn't want your kids to go through it.
Which you shouldn't.
But you still gotta make them work.
Do y'all believe in y'all mind? Do y'all believe in y'all mind?
No. I'm gonna show you how you make it work. Say I got a match, right? Say I got a match. I I got 3 children. These children got everything they want. Everything that you ask for, you gotta work for. You ain't finna just get it.
You
okay, hey, no.
Yes, you
If I give it to you, I'm enabling you.
Hey, they're already in the mansion.
Okay, so guess what?
You got it. I know you got it. You're gonna give it to them.
You're the mansion.
There's people that's wealthy that still make their children work because you gotta still teach your children work ethic. But if you don't, they gonna be lazy. If you don't, they gonna be entitled.
Listen. I understand what y'all are saying. I understand. Listen.
What are you talking about, Mom?
Listen, I understand what y'all are saying, but what I want y'all to understand is, bro, everything don't have to be hard. My whole thing is like this, right now. Listen, bro, just listen. Just listen. You answering, I haven't finished talking.
Because your statement don't make sense.
Listen, bro. Right now, LeBron James had to grind from the mud, being homeless with his mom, grinding, playing basketball in the streets, trying to get it, got into high school, grinded hard, got into high school, boom. He got, all right, cool, now I got to work hard to get in the NBA. His son doesn't have to go live in the streets, eat food. No, his son. Pause. What he told his son is, he taught his son a strong work ethic without having to go through the fucking mud. You don't gotta be in the mud to go through to get struggle.
But that's what I was trying to explain. You ain't gotta be struggling to make a child work. Even if, say my child said, well, Mom, I want this new computer that came out. Okay, well, I need you to go watch my, I need you to do something.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
This shit ain't free. I ain't just gonna give you shit. But if I'm giving you stuff, I'm making you think that it's just gonna come easy.
No,
but
hold on. Listen. Time out. Listen. Okay. My whole thing is, I feel your kids gotta do something for it. But my whole thing is just like this, though. At the end of the day, if you look at it, I worked hard, so you don't have to work as hard.
Yeah, but
listen, hold on, pause. I'm saying, but listen, I don't listen. I didn't. Listen.
Shaq said,
listen.
Rich.
Hold on. Let Nardo go in the finish because I want to jump back to something.
You know what's crazy. Again. What you don't understand is, bro, that's what's creating it where black people don't pass down generational wealth. That's why black people don't pass down certain things, because again, while us as black people are not thinking about the next generation. To me, my whole thing is like this. Nigga, I told you many times before, nigga, I don't want to be a billionaire, be a millionaire, have all this money so I can do whatever I want. No, that's not, nigga. I want to get to a point where I want to have all this money so that way anybody connected to my last name, nigga, you will never struggle. You will never worry about it. You will never, nigga. Right now, what you don't understand is, nigga, even though listen, bro, stop talk.
I was just gonna say that because wealth ain't always money. Wealth can be me buying a bunch of land and just supplying the land with everything you need to where you ain't really got to do nothing, but you live off this land and you good.
You never. I told Lennon this shit before. I never want my children to feel the struggle mentality. And what the whole thing is, the struggle. No, listen, the struggle. Listen, you see, that's the whole thing. You keep saying, "I'm strong." No, nigga. A lot of people. There's a lot of people that shit breaks them and kills them. There's a lot of people. Watch this.
Gotta be broke, we put back together.
No, the fuck you don't.
You got
no, you don't, nigga. See, that's the whole thing.
Let's go back to what they said on Google. It said about the second air and the third air. So basically, these people out here working their hard work just for the generations after them to fuck it up. Why y'all think that happened? Because there's no structure in the wealth.
Nigga, I didn't teach you shit.
Teach you how to keep this wealth going.
Get it. Let him believe that you believe in your mind that your child is gonna want to take over this business, but you didn't tell this child about coming taking over this business to the time they're like 18, 19. You want the family business? Of course I'm gonna say no, nigga. I didn't start walking down this other path that I want to do.
That part.
I promise you. If we grew up, if you watch every successful person where their parents steered their direction in a way that was gonna go towards success, that kids were successful. But Serena Williams and fucking Venus Williams said, I have never played another sport besides tennis. I've never played golf. Never. My dad didn't say, hey, do you want to play golf this year? No, Dad, you're going to play tennis.
That part.
You want to play tennis.
Because that's what you're the parent for. You're guiding them. You're guiding them because they don't know nothing. You build. They ain't build. They knew. That's like, I'm thinking somebody new. You don't know what the hell you doing. And you can't think you got the all out till you get going and be like, damn, my mama was right.
That made no sense.
Was right.
Bro, London, watch this shit. Dad literally had all the tools in his mind where he had been buying and selling houses since we were babies. Nigga, when Dad was successfully doing that shit, not one time did he try to integrate us into that lifestyle where it's like, cool, listen, you're 7. Listen, I just bought this house. We're gonna go rehab this house. I gotta go talk to these suppliers. I'm gonna go talk to this homeowner people. Listen, you're gonna come with me and I'm gonna show you how to do this shit. At 7, I guarantee you right now, my son's 7 years old. I guarantee you right now, I can steer the way his life goes to. I can decide what he wants right now. I guarantee I can. You know why?
No, because you do have a lot of influence on your child.
Listen, you don't listen. The whole thing you don't understand is.
With working, but if you're not working in a family business, what you doing? You slaving for somebody else.
Pause. Every.
You building on another man's empire.
That's what's so crazy. London, that's London. That's what you don't understand. That's London. That's what you don't understand. That's what's so crazy. If your kids, London, stop. London, stop. London, if your kids, London, stop. London, stop. London, nigga. Bro, whatever.
London.
What I'm saying is you can't do everyday things without everyday people working.
But like you said, everybody don't want to do certain things, so you gonna always have people in those situations because some people just want that.
London, the point you're missing is even people that are doing everyday things, nigga, every business in this country was started with entrepreneurship. So whether your kids are working for your family business, they're just working for another nigga family business.
That part.
Whether your kids, I just want to work at McDonald's. McDonald's is a last name.
What's wrong with that?
No kid. Why don't you start? Why don't you teach? If your kids
are like your fries hot. I'm asking you.
We don't eat McDonald's.
We don't eat McDonald's.
We don't eat McDonald's. We eat that shit. Where's that?
When you go to the fucking restaurant, do you like your food on time and hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like
but guess what? And if you got a business, when you got in your own,
but if I find,
hold on. When you go to the restroom, do you like your toilets clean? You piss? You like see nice? You like that? It's nice in there, right?
And guess what? If you got a family business, you can put somebody in all those positions.
You don't see that. My son ain't got to just be the CEO of this company. My son could be the CFO. My son could be the COO. My son could be the chairman of the board. My son could be in the board. My son could be in the head of the janitorial staff. He will work for us. That make no sense. Why the fuck? You know what you sound like? You'll be that crazy person back in the day. Your family got land. That has corn and shit on it. The kid, I don't want to work on no family land, but they go next door and work on their family land. You sound crazy, nigga.
Why did man? Where you work for? Where you work at?
A security company.
Okay, where I work? Post out. No, where you work?
FedEx.
Okay.
Oh, you know why? You know fucking why? Because, Pause. You know why? You know what's crazy?
Hold on one second. Man, when you buy blue food, it come from your job or your dog, you got to buy food.
Right.
You get the money from your job, right? You got to eat shit and go on trip. Okay, my kids post out with me to pay.
But if you had a family business, he's already there.
80.
You sound stupid, bro. You sound dumb, bro. Stop, bro. You sound dumb, bro. Stop.
Your kids are hungry.
Stop, bro. Stop,
you gotta buy food.
You sound dumb, bro. You sound dumb.
Where money come from? You
sound dumb.
Well, I do different stuff, so you know.
You know what's so crazy is my first job. My first.
But what you saying is,
Watch this.
when you create a family business, you got slots for everything. Just like you working at a post office, that's a family business. That's somebody created it.
Watch this. When I worked for my first job ever in life, I worked for McDonald's. That was my first job. Well, when I got to McDonald's, I had all this ambition. That's why I feel like I'm a born leader. I came in that bitch like I'm gonna be a fucking manager here. I'm 16. I'm gonna be a fucking manager. I did by 17. But watch this. When I was 17, I was a manager, they brought this girl in there, and they asked me to train her for one of the stores. So, of course, if I'm training you, I'm talking to you, having conversation with you, this, and that. What school you go to, that type shit. You know what I found out? She said, I'm homeschooled. I was like, damn, why are you homeschooled? Oh, my dad don't want me going to school. Damn, why don't your dad want you to go to school, but he got you here working at McDonald's? My dad owns this McDonald's. And she was Indian. Her dad created this business because once I met the owner was delighted I was training his daughter, but he said, I want you to show her everything in this building. He said, no, my daughter will own and run this building. So she needs to know from the bottom, from the fries to the fucking burgers to running the store.
Okay.
Watch this. To this day, that same lady that I started training owns and runs the McDonald's on Evans Mill Road in Lithonia. She runs the one right here in Hateville. I actually seen her again. She runs it and owns the one in Hateville. You know why? Because that girl said, my dad has owned the McDonald's since I was 5 years old. She said, I don't know nothing else. She said, my dad told me a long time ago, he would bring me to the stores and say, that's going to be you back there one day, and you going to own all this, and you going to run all this. She said, I never knew anything else but that.
Kind of sad.
This how that's sad. You know, this kid is a multi-millionaire.
This is what he said that you're not hearing. Just like you saying these businesses.
That was hard.
It's people who really own Chick-fil-A's and all these businesses.
Kind of sad.
I mean, it's the person to work at any damn job, but it's less the person to work at a job that your family owns. That shit less the person.
Watch this. London. We all know that real estate is a multi-billion-dollar business, right? At the time we was younger, Pops was playing with a bunch of different houses. He had about 10 or 15 houses moving in circles while we had. So meaning he would have one sell one, rehab sell one, flip this one, flip that one. He had it the whole entire childhood. You telling me if you when you were a kid, because basketball just wasn't something we wanted to do, we just picked up a basketball. No, my dad put us in basketball to play basketball. But if our dad had put us in school to learn real estate, we would have been doing real estate. The reason we learned about all this other shit is because our dad gave us the freedom to go learn whatever you want to learn. And then we were like 18, 19. Let me tell y'all about the real estate business. At that point, nigga, we stuck in the street. I want to rap. We playing basketball. I'm doing it. Nigga, I got other stuff I want to do. But if my dad had showed me when I was 7 years old, listen, this is our company we own. You don't one day own all this, so I need you to learn all this. So first we're gonna start with how you pick out a house.
No, in a perfect world that would make perfect sense.
That's what's crazy. You say no. What's crazy is you say in a perfect world, nigga. It's not a perfect world. That shit happens.
So how often?
What do you mean? Nigga, every fucking business, every Walmart business is, nigga, you will never own a Walmart.
That's one.
The only Walmart, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, nigga Bank of America, nigga motherfucking goddamn McDonald's.
No, but you got people who actually own these like different restaurants, like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A, nigga, you will never own the name Chick-fil-A, ever. It will only be owned by the people who started it, period. They don't care how friendly, how smart, how ambitious you are. Cool, you could buy into our business, but you would never be above my son. It don't matter what the fuck you know. I don't care how much money you would make. That man, I'm dead ass. I'll crash my plane into the ground before I let somebody else fly me where they want to go. The fuck you talking about?
Nah, that makes sense.
Sound.
Man, what's up, bro? And the fact that you like, I'm looking for the best person to run my business. And then till that person tells you, yeah, man, listen, I feel you, London, but we don't feel like you're making the right decisions for this business. But it's mine. Well, no, we have a board of directors now. We don't vote. I am the one to vote London now. Everybody vote you out of the fucking company.
That you created.
The fuck you talking about?
If you get them right to do that.
You can't put shit in. The second your company goes public, you no longer own and have the controlling say so. If you look at it, Elon Musk started Tesla, but Elon Musk can still be bought out of his own company because it's a publicly traded company. Bruh, you cannot tell me how many of your shares I can buy of your company. If I own more shares than your company, I can tell you what the fuck you gonna do.
Nah, for real. And that's how a lot of these companies be having those different battles because certain people own shares more than, you know, and they
More than
tell them, oh, we want to do this, we want that. That's where the money coming from.
Elon Musk owns 20%, under 20% of fucking Tesla. Under 20%. So if I go buy 50, nigga, you can't tell me what the fuck Tesla's gonna do. I can just vote you the fuck out. Buy you the fuck out of your own shit. Bye, nigga. You started Tesla. I own Tesla.
That shit sound like a nonprofit.
You don't understand. I feel you, nigga. But just like that girl, right now to this day, that girl, I seen her, bruh, not even like 2, 3, 4 years ago. She was at the McDonald's in Hateville. Because I remember Bryson wanted a fucking Happy Meal. I don't eat that shit, but my son wanted it. I'll give it to him every now and then. I took him over there. That lady was standing out like, damn, you look familiar. She was like, well, I don't know. I'm the owner. So I don't know. I said, man, it's crazy. I used to know the owners who owned this. She said, my family has always owned this since we built it. And I was like, well, no, the owners I'm talking about, they own the one on Evans Mill. She said, I own that one. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm Leonardo. She was like, oh, you the one trained me when I was a child. And this chick is standing behind the counter in her McDonald's she owned. My kid don't want to work in McDonald's.
No, let me tell you a story, though. A lady on TikTok, she owned a Chick-fil-A. And her husband do the maintenance of the Chick-fil-A, and they was getting somebody to do the doors. So the man came in, he was like, yeah, I'm trying to talk to the owner. You know, she was like, to get the okay to do the doors. She was like, I give you the okay. And he was like, well, y'all want to talk to the owner. But he didn't know that she was the owner. So he called her husband and like, hey, yeah, I'm at the Chick-fil-A, and I just want to get your okay. And he was like, well, that's my wife's business. And then the wife looking at her, wife black. So, but she working for the business, and that's why people get thrown off it. You think just because this person worked there that they don't own it. People be owning shit and running that shit just like they're a worker.
She an owner-operator, meaning she kind of own it, but not really.
No, you can't.
No, you can own the Chick-fil-A. You can't own the name Chick-fil-A, but you can own the business.
Because they're going to change the price of it. You can't change the prices.
Then you can't, yeah, but you own it. That's your business.
Because you technically bought into a franchise. Chick-fil-A is a franchise. So technically, I own the brand.
McDonald's and Burger King. He got Burger King.
I own the brand. What it is the way franchises work. For those who don't know, I own the name, but I can't own and operate all the businesses. So what I do is I sell you the rights to operate under my name and my business. So technically, I still own Chick-fil-A, the brand. You just are able to operate and sell Chick-fil-A food in a building. And even then, technically, for those you don't know out there, you could technically buy into a Chick-fil-A for $10,000. You got $10,000 laying around, and a person that's a devout Christian. Listen, I put strong words on that. They must be a devout Christian and must go to church every day and must be involved heavily in the church. And
you gotta do all that.
Yeah, they listen, every morning Chick-fil-A pray over the food. Every morning.
They pray over the food while they put drugs in it. That shit wild.
My homeboy was a store manager for Chick-fil-A in North Carolina, and when he was applying for the position to become the GM. The owner of the GM called me. And I was like, what's going on? It was like, yeah, how you doing? Do you know, I'm not going to say his name, but do you know such and so? I was like, yeah, I know, what's going on? They was like, oh, well, he's applying for our GM position. How well do you know him? I said, I've known him all my life. I already knew the script. So I've known him all my life. They're like, okay, so how often do you say you guys go to church? Every Sunday. Well, I'm saying, well, how involved do you think he is in church? Or would you say he's in church? Heavily. I believe that he's a step below the deacon. He goes to church every week. Now, mind you, this man is just applying for the general manager position. He ain't applying for to be owner. And he'll tell you in the application, they ask you, how much do you go to church? How much of a devout Christian are you? Man, the Super Bowl offered Chick-fil-A when they were here in Atlanta. The Super Bowl, the people who are the NFL offered Chick-fil-A. They offered Chick-fil-A $17 million just to sell Chick-fil-A sandwiches in the Super Bowl for one day. Plus, whatever you make, I don't care. I'm going to pay you $17 million just to sell it inside the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday. Chick-fil-A said, no, that's a day of rest. We will not have our workers working on Sunday. That's right. They turned down $17 million to order to make money. No. I'm saying that to say, no. I'm saying, no.
That's how strict they are with their...
No. Boom. I'm saying, boom. You get where I'm going with this. What it is they have created a structure that it doesn't matter who you are in this family, you would not deviate from it. The dude who created Costco, he said, for every $1.50 hot dog we sell, we lose money. Every time you come in there and buy a $1.50 hot dog, I lose money. So what he did was, watch this. So he surrounded his board with his family. And there was this one guy who came in who was like ahead of the board because he got hired into the position. That guy said, look, we're going to change the position. He said, we're going to change the price of the hot dogs from $1.50 to $2 so we'll at least make some money on it. The owner had enough of his family on the board that he said, we will shut down every Costco in this country if you change the price of that $1.50 hot dog. And because he was insulated by his family and people that were like-minded that he groomed to do this, it would still remain the same to this day. So I understand the point that my kids want to do this, they want to do that, but they only want to do this because you give them a choice. And at the end of the day, I want you to honestly think about it. It sounds almost insane. You're gonna let a person who have not lived this life come in and decide how they're going to live this life, even though you have lived this life and become successful living this life. I'm going to tell you, figure it out too. No, I could just be like, look, I walked through this room, dodged that lamp, dodged that camera, dodged that couch, dodged that, walked around that corner, and boom, I made it out the door successfully. And then you behind you, instead of me shining the light saying, walk this way, figure it out, nigga. Figure it out. Whatever you want to do. That sounds stupid as shit. And we're the only people. We're the only race of people that do that stupidity.
Well, that's where they pass their family training.
Well, here's the thing.
Because they don't train their family properly.
Here's another thing too, though. Right, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you do have
People be having bad habits.
You do have to give them, like, you know what I'm saying, the option.
Why? Why?
But here's the thing, like, you want to actually, like, see what
allow them to live their life.
Yeah, you want to see what they gravitate to. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about.
But hold on,
man, it's bigger than you.
But hold on. But you're talking about in a situation where you're, like you said, that's different. If you already got some shit established, you know what I'm saying, as far as like a whole company, right? Uh-huh. Now, yes, you can try to engrave that shit into them. You can. Now, again, you got to think about this. Again, once you send that child out to the world, when I say that, basically sending them to school, nigga, and then, you know what I'm saying, they got access to phones and TV and all that shit there. Bro, they're gonna pick up on shit and like learn shit and get like a liking to whatever that they pick up on, right? So the thing
you
about
incorporate it, shit.
So again, about it is like, yes, you can at an early age start that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can, but like you say, but also too, when you start at an early age and giving them options, which you saying you don't want to do that. Again, it just depends. If you got a business like that, then okay. But we're just talking about a regular person.
We're saying, look,
hold on. But like I say, you just gotta also, when that child, you know what I'm saying, you're giving them the option to kind of like feel out whatever they're gonna gravitate to, right? So boom, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna support that. And then that's what they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, gravitate to. And then if that's what they like, you know what I'm saying, cool. Now, all right, now just jumping back to how you saying, like, okay, you basically giving your child the sauce. They're young. They don't understand the sauce right then and there.
You're right. They also don't understand what they're gravitating to. You also watch this. I don't have to send my child out into the world. This is all choices that we make.
What? You don't have to send them out into the world?
Pause.
You're going to keep them inside?
Pause. My kid don't have to be homeschooled. I mean, my kid don't have to go to a public school. I can homeschool my kids. Watch this. All social media, being on their phones and all this shit. You give it to them. You allow them to get on social media. I know kids of these days that literally are 17, 18 years old. Like, what? Hold on. I know grown people my age never have been on MySpace. And I'm like, how are you not on MySpace, bro? I was out when we was kids. My parents didn't allow me to have this shit. So you this world that you allowing them to explore, if it's never an option, what are you talking? It's just like saying, man, your kids are destined to goddamn see drugs. How? If I don't take my kids nowhere where drugs will be, how would they experience drugs? If I don't, shit. If I don't, damn. If I don't expose my kids to certain things, I don't have to send my kids to school. Our friend Keith, his kids have never been to school. They've been homeschooled since they were children. This boy said, I don't know how inside of a class. No, he been to school. I'm lying. His younger kids don't. His older kid went to school. Once he start realizing I'm going to homeschool my kids. They can't tell you what a classroom looked like. The younger kids are not on social media. The younger kids are not allowed, like how I do Bryson, here's your tablet. You want to get on YouTube? Here's YouTube. And I walk the fuck off. His kids can't do that.
Right.
So again, I feel you. Again, how could your kid gravitate towards basketball if they never see a basketball?
At some point,
they're gonna. The thing about this is again what I'm saying. You got to think about this shit, right? Again, you could box them in as much as you want. Yep. And show them this is it in this box. Eventually, they're going to get outside of that box.
I'm not saying they won't.
And then when they get, no, and then once they get outside of that box, they're gonna gravitate to they're gonna be curious. They're gonna be like, oh well, he told me not to do this, but then again I see everybody doing this. Let me see. It's curiosity.
But now
you ingrain some shit into them like, they get it, then they get it.
But you gotta understand that goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you engrave certain things in your children, listen. Growing
they
up,
may stray away, but they'll come back. Because if he go in there and try to figure himself out and realize, dang, Daddy really had the plan. So let me go back to what Daddy was talking about.
I'm gonna live and learn.
I'm gonna be a whole brick with you. Listen, I'm gonna be vulnerable because my mom, she wouldn't mind if I do this. My mom was addicted to drugs for a long time. She was addicted to drugs. She's sober and clean now, 2 years. Congratulations, Mom. Listen, I want y'all to understand. My dad instilled in us. You don't want to do drugs, dog. That you want them hard shits. Listen, ain't no coming back from that. Nigga, am I saying that in my lifestyle, in my life that I've lived, I have never come across a crackhead or I've never come across a time to do hard drugs? Yeah, but I always went back to, wait, my dad kept doing that shit in my head. I don't want to do that shit. So my whole thing is like this. If you, let's say that's what I'm saying. People always don't understand. If your vision of you gotta have a business established already. No, right now, man, you have the gift with your hands. You know how to fix and build things. Then on top of that, you already know we're purposely right now building a podcast, building a community. Cool. You have a child, cool. Son, I want to figure out how we can integrate you into this. Whether you learn how to build a podcast sets for our company, whether you want to run and operate the cameras, whether you run programs for it, or whether you go in it, but whatever you're going to do is going to be beneficial to the family, not just you, not just me, to the family.
That way sometimes I play devil's advocate.
London, why do you always do that, bro? Like if somebody,
let's say do with mom. You said mom, the dad told us don't do drugs because it was bad, right? Mm-hmm. But mom started doing drugs because of dad.
Okay.
She got hooked on drugs because of him.
Okay,
wait.
Hold on, pause.
Nah, you can't say that though. You can't say that. This is why you can't say that.
No.
I'm gonna tell you.
Pause, nigga. London. Pause. London. Pause. Which is London. Pause. No. Fuck that. No. Listen. What he said. Listen. No. What he's saying is 100% true. But what I want you to understand.
Well, no, that's not really true.
No. Pause. It is 100% true.
Give her the drugs.
Pause. It is 100% true. We're doing right with that.
Okay.
Listen, but what I'm trying to explain to you is, that still holds no validity in what you're saying. Because again, time out. Pause, nigga. Pause. Nigga, I hear you. I understand. Pops introduced mom to drugs. That's what's up. But when Pops realized how fucked up you can get on this shit, hey, yo, listen, bro.
Too late.
But you missing the. Stop, bro.
You already fucked up by then. Well, hold on.
You do crack, London? London, do you do crack? London, do you do crack?
I was a crack baby.
London, do you do crack?
I was a crack baby.
He basically saying he did crack in the room.
He didn't ask you that. And so the answer is no. So the answer is no.
London, the answer is no. Then him telling us not to do crack, and he might have introduced our mom to it.
He didn't tell me from doing it. I just didn't want to do it. He didn't stop me though. I just didn't want to do it.
Why didn't you want to do it? Because you see your mama?
Nah, I didn't feel like crack was my thing.
No.
That means I don't think crack is nobody's thing.
It's some full thing.
No. The thing about it, like
I like the weed, so I just stay with the weed.
The thing about it, your
It's
dad.
like I like pussy.
The thing
I like
about it,
pussy.
your dad told you that shit, and then you was able to actually see what the effects of it. So that's the thing about it.
You think it was just your choice? It was the environment that you seen, and you really like, I ain't doing that shit.
That's the thing about it. People told us not to do that shit. So again, like I say.
And then you seen the people that did it, and you like, I want to be like that.
All y'all was told not to have sex before marriage. We all did it.
Nobody told me. Nobody never told me not to have sex before
We all
marriage.
did it.
We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about
We
that.
all were told not to do it,
Nardo,
and we all did it.
Say something. I know.
But you seen people who had sex and they wasn't sprung out or nothing.
But they had kids they can't take care of. The STDs, yeah, a lot of shit.
No, because no, listen, bro.
They're real now.
Listen, no, bro. The whole thing.
He a crack baby.
No, the whole thing that you don't understand, bro. You don't understand that, like I
You
told,
going in eighth?
like. Yeah, he was.
Crack
but,
baby.
No, but the whole thing is like this. Like I constantly keep telling people, y'all don't act like all this stuff that we're arguing about or we're talking about is not by design. It is by design. There's a reason why us as black people do not worry about our generations under us. At the end of the day, nigga, if I make $1 billion, you got only black people are saying, I'm not leaving my kids shit. I'ma spend up. Let me stop. Goddamn. Talking, bro, because I can't keep yelling over you. I keep having to adjust this mic.
Come on.
Shaq said that.
But it's okay, cool. But let him.
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point, my nigga. You're missing the point. We are the only people. We are the only people that give our children choices about what the fuck they want to do, and we're the only. We literally hold the least amount of wealth. So you're saying that, oh man, we got to figure, bro. We literally don't got it figured out. So why the fuck are we constantly keep passing this shit down to people?
Well, we ain't got that many. Look, all right. So you saying that we keep giving the kids options. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that's the thing though, bro. You got to let them find their niche. You know
Why?
What
Let me say something. I feel like this is what I feel.
Why am I letting a
This is
blank
how I
canvas
feel.
find out
This
what it
how
wants
I
to be on?
feel. You allow your child to direct themselves, but you find a way to incorporate it in the business. Okay, say I got a business, I got these restaurants, but my child like football. Okay, cool, you like football. We gonna put football in the motherfucking restaurant.
There it is.
There you talking about. We finna incorporate this shit.
There it is.
Yeah.
There you talking about. It ain't no swearing away. We gonna find a way to put that shit together.
Hold on. What if you have a business, right? Truck, restaurants, yeah, we sound like, but I want to be a doctor.
Oh, okay, well, we're going to put a doctor facility in this fucking restaurant. There you talking about. First restaurant with a come on, guys. You
want to be a doctor, Sam? No, you know what we're going to do? Watch this, man, you know what we're going to do? We got these, just like you said, we got these stringer restaurants. Your son want to be a doctor. Okay, cool. You want to be a doctor? So what we're going to do is now, with this money we're making with this stringer restaurants, we're going to open up now a family practice business, and you going to run that. So now we just started another branch. That's why there's Sam's. That's why there's
garbage man.
What?
I want to take out
You want to be a
trash.
garbage
We
man
got
too?
trash in the business. What you talking about? It's trash. Don't take this trash out.
And our family business, and our family business, you will be over disposal and sanitation in our family business.
There it is. I feel you.
No, time out.
I'm gonna make a spot for you. I'm gonna make a spot for you. And the fact that you in your mind, brother, you got 3 kids, and you in your mind trying to make a spot for them doing this shit sounds crazy.
What if your son says, "Listen, Dad, I like the business and all, but it's a lot of work. I just want to go to work and get a paycheck."
Cool. You work for us to get a paycheck. You ain't gotta be no owner. You gotta work in my business.
I want to be around you and mom all damn day with no.
You ain't gotta be around me. You gotta be around
I
me.
want to do my own thing. I want to go to school in California.
I don't
I
care.
want to live in California. Me and
I
my
don't
girlfriend,
care.
we love each
But
other.
who gonna
I don't
fund
care.
that
My
though?
girlfriend-
Who's gonna fund California?
Struggle.
Oh,
I love my
okay.
girlfriend.
Well, go ahead and struggle, and when you get through with that, we still got this business over here. Once you realize I need to work for the
I
business.
want to be an actor. And me and my girlfriend
Well,
moved to California.
act like you gonna run this business. That's what you gonna do.
I want to be in front of the TV screen.
That's cool. Before
You
you,
want
but
me to
and
run
it-
this fucking
no,
restaurant.
but it's
I don't
all
want you
about.
like that.
No, I think
I'm not you, Daddy.
what people gotta understand is all about compromise. It's compromising and coming in between and creating a lane. Okay, say you want to be an actor or actress or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be an actor, so we're gonna let you work for this business, and you can still chase your dreams.
It's not enough time in the day, Mom. It's not enough time in the day. I gotta put all my time and energy into this acting. I don't want to do no fucking restaurant. That's your dream. I don't want to do that.
See,
And we're the only black people.
Okay, now I'm gonna let you scroll for a minute, and you gonna come to
only-
this area.
That's real though. That
Watch
happens.
it on y'all
Crazy
ass.
as fuck.
Watch this.
Well, if he did that, why he come find these
Watch this. Hold on. We got one of my children here. Trinity, come here for a second, please. Just come here for a second. You're not gonna come on camera. I'm not actually come on camera. Just come here for a second, okay? Just come here. Walk around that way so you gotta be on camera. We got one of my children here, so we're gonna ask her a question. Trinity, you know we got the trucking company, you know we got the clothing company, you know we got the podcast shit going on, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do for a living?
I want to work in accounting.
You want to work in accounting. So right now, if I told you, cool, for the family business, I want you to be overhead of all accounting for all our trucking company, our clothing company, and our podcast. Would you be against that?
No.
Why not?
Because it's still in the field I want to work in.
And then you also still work for the family. So you got what you want, I got what I want.
And I get benefits.
So at the end,
Trinity, and come to this job. We're gonna pay you.
Leonard, come on camera so I can hear your question.
Trinity, with this job, we're gonna pay you $100,000.
Hold on, Trinity, step over behind it.
Come on.
Step behind it.
You wanna play this snare? Let's play it out.
Step over there.
Okay, Trinity.
Step right
You work for the family business. You're an accountant, right? You have a degree. Family business, right? We're gonna pay you
this side, right?
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
right now. We're in the business, right? We're gonna pay you, Trinity. We can afford $75,000 a year to pay you at a family business. We got expenses. We can't pay you a whole lot, right? $75,000 we're gonna pay you a year, right? But with the $75,000, Trinity, you know, you might gotta work 10, 12-hour days. You might get a few days. You can't take off when you want to take off. This ain't no, you don't get 2 days off a week. If it's Saturday, your day off, we need you to come in, you gotta do the shit. This ain't no, you can do what you wanna do. When we call you, you gotta come work for the business. Or I'll pay you $100,000 to work for another company. Or guess what, you get 2 days off a week, you ain't gonna worry about nothing. You get it smooth, get your check every 2 weeks. You ain't gotta worry about you getting paid nothing. Everything's good. The family business, yeah, it's our family, but guess what? There ain't no 2 days off, 2 days vacation. You gotta work around our schedule. It's our business. So ain't no set schedule.
You got to be loyal to where you from, though.
Hold on.
And then sometimes in the family business, 2 weeks, if we short, you might not get that paycheck because it's in the family business. You might not get it. It's in the business. So you might work 2 weeks, might not get paid. It's possible because we're going through shit. Finances, we got loans and shit. Running the business, it's working, but we got expenses. Would you choose that?
Hold on, pause.
Go ahead.
Pause. You just told only the bad. So cool. Also, with all that, Trinity, since you are in the family and you own the family business, push come to shove, worst come to worst, you still own this company. This is yours.
Okay.
Should we pass this company on to you and your kids?
And the stress that involves.
So
do you do that, or do you go work for a company making $100,000, and you work for yourself? You get 2 weeks off. You only working 40 hours a week. That means 8 hours a day. You can go home. With the company now, you might work 12 hours over here now. The 12 hours a day, this ain't no when you want to get off. Remember, go out with your friends. You can't do that. You got to get up and work. Which one you gonna choose?
I would choose to work for a different company.
A different company?
Yeah.
Not the family company.
Not the family.
Because it's gonna require more.
Yeah.
Now, I built it, but guess what? You gotta keep building it. Guess what?
It requires more, but you have more at the end of the day because it's still your company once it comes to you.
Because again, if we're able to pay our accountants $75,000 a year, whether it's sometimes or not, this is a multi-million-dollar company. So
She don't understand
that's the whole
that.
thing. That's the whole
She
thing.
don't
You
understand.
got to give more context because again, you just basically
He
told
gave
all
it
the
to
bad about owning business for yourself. Wow, we own three companies.
Hold on.
We own three companies.
No.
Stop. No, you keep
It's not the bad. Not the bad.
London. We just watched you talk shit about owning your own company.
I'm talking shit. It's reality.
Nigga, hold. Time out.
It takes more than 8 hour days.
What's crazy is, London, the fact if we had enough money in our company to pay our kids, fucking goddamn to work for the company, we got enough money. If I got enough money to pay Trinity $30,000 a year to work for us, nigga, why in the fuck would I take her, go work at a job for them over there? Because again, what he's not telling
I'm not saying to do that.
But $100,000 a year, Trinity, you're right. You'll make $25,000 more. You'll have your 40 hours a week, 8-hour days, go home when you want, but also there's no job security. That company can just fire you whenever the fuck they want. They ain't got to give you no reason. So you can come in today, go home tonight, come home tomorrow, and they be like, Trinity, we don't want you to work here. You're fired.
But I mean, your business too. Your business.
No. If I am
Business
building,
all the time.
if you are building, good, Trinity.
Yeah.
If you're building a family business, no, you can't just fire yourself because I own this business.
Your business go under though.
That's all.
All the time.
That's all. See, that's
Happens
all.
all the time. Happens all the time. I'm just saying it. I'm not telling her to go take a job. What I'm trying to explain to you is everybody's not prepared to work as hard as you are. Everybody's Everybody's not prepared to go, hold on, I gotta work 12 hour day? Everybody's not prepared to do that.
But that's the whole thing. Nigga, everybody's not, no. You're missing the point. London, you missing the point.
But I feel like in order to get more, you gotta work more anyways. I mean.
London, you're missing the point, London.
Hold on. Because he gave a real scenario, right? He did say a lot of downers, but it's real shit though. Because if you're actual owner, you know what I'm saying, you got to understand, like, this is what comes with it. It's not gonna just be 8 hours, and then you can clock out and go do your thing and blah blah blah. You get 2 days off. You know what I'm saying? But again, hold on.
Pause. Hold on.
Listen.
Man. I got you, man.
Hold on. Listen, because she sat there and listened to the ultimatum. She listened to it, and she like, shit. I can goddamn just go do my 40 hours, have 2 days off, and get paid more. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. That's the thing. She does not understand where she has a part ownership in a company. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you're gonna get paid $25,000 less. You know what I'm saying? You may do a little bit more work, but again, you said it. Like I said, there is that point where she can go to them and they can be like, oh, we don't need you no more. But with y'all,
you lost 100,000. She lost
100,000. She lost 25,000.
Man. Did you tell everybody where you work?
I just said a security company.
All right, man, you work for a security company, right?
Right.
So let me ask you a question. Right. We'll just say, because I don't want to tell you a real number. We're going to highly exaggerate it. Right. Man, you make $300,000 a year work for the security company.
Okay.
Now, right now, the security company just came to you this morning and said, hey, man, look, right now, as the owners, we don't want to do this no more. Okay. We're going to pass it over to you. But you're not going to get paid $300,000 a year. But you're going to take over ownership. You own this from now on. Listen, we're going to pay you. You'll be able to take home $150,000. But you own the company now. We don't own it no more. Are you going to say no? Same company.
For the company that I work for now.
Right now. They're going to give you the ownership. You own it. This is no longer ours. This is man's.
Have what you make.
This is man's company.
Real numbers. You make it 50 now.
Hold on. Time out. London, I'll give you real numbers. You were making $300,000 a year working for them. Yep. They tell you now, we don't want to own this no more. We're going to pass the ownership over to you. But we can't pay you. You can't get yourself $300,000 a year. You'll pay yourself $50,000. But you own this company now. This is yours. You do what you want.
I thought you said 150. Hold on, don't drop down to 50 now. You said when you go 50, I'm like, shit.
Watch this. You know what's so crazy is? More than 75% of this country, more than 75% of this country live under $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like this. So $50,000 for just man, that's not that bad. Granted, but you're missing the point. But you're missing the point. Watch it. That's the whole thing. London. This is what you just didn't understand. No, watch this. Pause. That's what you just didn't understand. See, you just saw it. I don't get $300,000 a year no more. But the whole thing is like this. If they were able to pay you $300,000 a year, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. So yeah, you may have lost your $300,000 a year, but you just inherited a billion-dollar company. So now I just went from London makes 50, 30, 300,000 a year. He's a thousandaire. You just went to London's a billionaire, but because I can't just snap 250,000, man, bro. Hey, pass the company. Pass it. I'll take a pay cut because you know why? I realized the asset that I just obtained.
You're not a billionaire. If you can't afford to pay yourself $50,000 a year, you're not a billionaire.
Time out. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk both pay themselves under $100 a year. They pay themselves. They pay themselves under $100 a year.
Under $100.
Under $100. You know why? Because they realize I have a $1 billion asset that, just like London said.
No.
I can just go to the bank.
Understand? Assets are more valuable than money because money depreciates every day, every year.
Pause. But what they realize is they could go to a bank and be like, yo,
you put up your assets.
They could go to a bank. They realize I can go to a bank and I could just be like, yo, I want to take a loan out against my company and then I'll get money. So they don't have to pay themselves a bunch of money a year. But that's what I'm saying. He asked Trinity this question, but you got to understand, Trinity is not, she's not as experienced in life as we are, knowing, I don't have to make $300,000 a year. I can just go to the bank and say, look, I own that company over there. That company's worth $1.2 billion. I need y'all to loan me $2 million. They're just going to hand it to you. So now that $100,000 a year you may have been making over there where they could have fired you, here I just got $1.2 million put in my pocket and I can live off that. And at $100,000 a year, that's 10 years worth of living that you just handed me in one thing just because I own this over here.
Yeah, but that's how the rich live. They live off assets and stuff like that. Because money ain't always everything. And I think people got to understand that.
That's why
money is depreciating as we speak, actually.
But boom, that goes back to why I was saying, if I could, I would cater the way my children live. Because why would I leave up for chance that you're going to figure this out and walk down the right road when I already walked down the right road? Why am I leaving it up to chance that you may possibly figure I could just walk you here, bro?
Well, see what you
I could just walk you here, bro.
See what you got to do, right?
I promise you. And the reason Trinity is saying that is because right now, if we were billionaires, and we say, Trinity, you're gonna work for our $1 billion company, Trinity's answer would be different because Trinity's mind like, $100,000 ain't nothing. I've been rich since I was a child.
Of course.
I've had money since I was a kid. I have access to the family money, so that $75,000 you're paying me, I'm just really pocketing it. But I own this. This is mine. So that's like saying, man, you get to live in one room of your house. Oh, you gonna get? I own the house though. I can do whatever I want here. Right. I own the house. Right. But you asking, that's what I'm saying. You can't ask a kid a question. You can't ask a kid a question and then be like, oh, you're going to figure it out. No, kids are gravitating toward what they view as fun. I'm not saying by no means my son say, yo, I want to play basketball. Yeah, I feel you, bro, but you ain't got to play basketball for a living. Listen, use that as a hobby. When we get our millions, when we get our
10 to 15 years.
No, because I'm saying because you got to understand, bro. You got to understand. I'm saying, but you got to watch this. Do y'all not understand that you have a greater chance of winning the lottery 3 times than getting into the NBA? A greater chance. The odds. What's that movie? Hunger Games. The odds are not in your favor.
But it's okay though. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ready? Look good.
The odds are not in your favor, so I feel you, my nigga. But at the end of the day, if I have access to $1 billion company, my kids would not be doing nothing else but working with this $1 billion company. We're gonna figure out a way for you to integrate your life into this $1 billion company. You want to play basketball? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take $1.2 million and then we're gonna go buy a basketball team. But you're gonna play for our team. You want to be a doctor? Cool. We're gonna open up a practice.
Control freak.
No, it's not a control freak. You know what it is? It's called a control.
You're on the team. You can't just put them on the team.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Mark Cuban has the last say so. We get to fuck on Dallas.
I feel like if you got a lot of money in this world we live in, money is power. So if you got money, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but
bro, Mark Cuban, man,
I'm gonna sponsor your team, and I'm gonna sponsor your team so well to where I'm gonna say, hey, look, my child can play basketball. If I'm sponsoring your team, you gonna at least give my child a chance.
It don't work like that.
If my child can play basketball, I'm sponsor your team. You gonna put my child on your team.
Say so. Whoever's gonna be on Dallas. Mark Cuban does.
It's money. It's all about money. It's all about capitalizing.
I mean, money.
You don't?
For sure.
Arthur Blank decides who plays for the Falcons and who don't.
So
Arthur Blank could be like, I don't want you on my team. But
that's like just Jeff Bezos being like, he got a son that played goddamn quarterback. Put my son on the team.
Watch this.
They got trash people that sit right on the beach.
Watch this. Shaq said, just like London said, Shaq said that he doesn't want to leave any of his money to his children. I respect it. You know why I respect what Shaq said? Because Shaq right now owns 150 car washes, 150 this store, got 100,000, 200 and the little Prince places. You know what? All his kids work for one of them businesses. So technically you still work for the family. I own these businesses over here. Cool. Rick Ross kids. I don't want to do no rap. Cool. Say no problem. What do you want to do? I want to just run a regular job. Cool. You can go work at one of my wing stops. So you still work for the family. That's still your house. That's yours. You work there though.
We did.
You want to collect a regular paycheck? That's on you, my nigga. But at the end of the day, you know when you get my age and you can no longer work there, just know you own the building you're in.
Make your kids do nothing. But Cloud Talk Chronicles been on about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Your boy London done. I think it's a neat. We shout out. See y'all next Saturday.
A dream.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, man. man.
Good talk, good talk.
Buddy love, all that.
I'll let y'all. It's your boy Lito, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that, man. Go follow us on everything. I'll catch y'all later, man.